Hybrid family, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be going over the best budget team that you can build in Madden after the Sugar Rush eggs have hatched. Now, before we do get into this video, I do want to say make sure you do hit that subscribe button. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and if we're able to hit 1,000 before April 20th, we will be giving away a $50 gift card. But other than that, let's go on and get into it. So, starting off with our quarterback position, I do want to say my budget now, since the market is pretty much at the lowest, is going to be able to get at one coin per training point. I would say the max is going to be 260 and below, when originally it was 250k and below. But right here, undeniably, we're going to have Mr. Bo Jackson, not that one, this one, for 224k, great speed, traditional 4 release, and the ability stack that he also will be able to get. Now, I'm not quite sure if y'all care for me to add abilities on him or not, but let's just say for the sake of arguing, we do set fee lead right here, we do gunslinger, and for his X factor we'll do the master tactician or NFL trust, whichever one you prefer. But tactician, you'll get that hot route master, and you'll have all of this for 5 AP, unless you just want to go in a different direction with certain abilities. So now that we have our quarterback set up, we got 5 AP with a total of 8 AP. So however you want to just do your quarterback, it's all up to you. Well, I don't typically just want to focus on abilities, but that's what runs the game. Now for halfback, yet again, we will be going with Mr. Bo Jackson, going for 240k according to mud.gg. We'll be able to go ahead and get that Anger Runs X Factor with, I do believe, a 0 AP evasive. Now we also have another running back that we could use in case you all are tired of using Bo Jackson, and that right there will be Mr. Emmitt Smith, going for 160k bare minimum, 96 speed. The only difference is with this Emmitt Smith is his X factor starts on and it's on for 6 plays and then it's off for 6, so not as frustrating as Bo Jackson is going to be, but both two similar cards in their own type of way. Now here we are for wide receiver. Let me pull my list out on what I made, because I was doing research for you guys. Now all of these players can be interchangeable, but we're gonna start right here for our wide receiver number 1, and call me biased, that's okay. We're going with Mr. Tyreek Hill right here. Now I do believe that he is able to go ahead and get he gets an outside apprentice for 1, and that's currently what I run on him. And then for our wide receiver number 2, this is all just in case you all do not use a hot route master quarterback from the jump. We're going to be using Mr. Andre Reed. That is not his name. His name is Yak. 97 overall, going for 260k, and his ability is going to be wide receiver apprentice for 0 AP. He also gets that yak 'em up X factor, great after the catch, and everything like that. Now for our wide receiver number 3, and this is where I currently run him on the team, we have the free 97 overall Justin Jefferson, and the only thing that I run on him is third down threat. That's just better catching and route running on third down conversions. Now if we're going more expensive in that slot wide receiver spot where Justin Jefferson is, we will be going with like an Amon-Ra St. Brown, which you can get for free, I do believe, now with the AKA tokens being available. Now for tight ends, unfortunately so, but the fact of the matter is Bo Jackson is going to be the best option for your tight end, with the route running, the speed, the weight, just overall a great. I don't really run tight end abilities like that, but if we want to go with a different option, the other tight end that I use is this free 94 overall MCS Kyle Pitts. that man is still a great top tier tight end, and especially if you run a Super Bowl themed team of any kind, he is still very much usable. Now, let's go ahead. Let's get into this O line. Now, offensive line, the main thing that you don't want to worry about, especially since we're already running 5 AP on Mr. Bo Jackson. Now we got to figure out what are we going to do to get secure protectors on our offensive line. The only offensive line ability that you do need to be worrying about. Now, for right here, we have Mr. Laramie Tunsil. I know he's not the most glamorous name, but for 175K, he is able to go ahead and get edge protector for 0. Now, we understand that's not as good as secure protector, but it's some type of ability and blocking that we will have available to us on that offensive tackle spot. Now, we do have 2 routes that we can go for left guard with Quentin Nelson, who's going for 246. Or if we do want to go a cheaper route, we can go Mr. Joe Tooney. Right here, 96 overall, not the team of the year, because now we can go ahead, go right here, and he gets secure protector for 1 AP. Now for your center, it's all preference. If you have a better center or you chose this DeMarcus Lawrence like I did from your Redux pack from leveling up in the field pass, that is great. But right here for the best budget center, I have Mr. Marquise Pouncey going for 100K even. Good all-around stats, 95 overall, and he's able to go ahead and get, wait, where is it? Right here, secure protector for 1 AP. Now right there you see that we have 7 out of our 8 AP used already. And for our right guard, we have Mr. Greg Van Roten, which I do believe, although he's going for 236K, I do believe a lot of people chose him in our competitive field pass to go ahead and get him for free. But he does get secure protector for 1 and also all day. And so now right here we have used up all of our AP on offense, not including X factors that may cost AP or whatnot like that. But now for our right tackle, the only right tackle that you really should be using in this game, Mr. Rob Havenstein right here. And I don't believe that you need to add anything into him to go ahead and get him to have that secure protector for 0 AP. Now overall, yes, you see the price, 2.32 million coins. May seem like a lot, but 9 times out of 10, we already have a lot of these players, and then some of these players you can potentially just get for free, going for the base value and all of that good stuff. Now let's go ahead and let's transition into this defense. Now coming over here on the defense, I do want to stress that these players that I will be saying are primarily based out of zone scheme players. Zone is by far the best coverage in the game with all of the knockout abilities. And if you just don't get the correct ability stack, now I will be running players in their true positions, but once you get the hang of what you like your players to do and how you want them to play in certain zone coverages, then you'll start to see yourself moving people out of position. But for the basis of this video, we're going with the best budget options that gets the best ability stack. Now for cornerback number 1, we're gonna have Mr. Teron Johnson right here, 96 overall. He does get that deep out zone KO and also mid zone, I do believe, for 1 AP, for 2 AP. For 2 AP, not the worst, not the worst. Now for our cornerback number 2, we will be having Mr. Devontae Adams. Now I do believe that this Devontae Adams, you will need, I think, at least 193 overall, which probably is going for around, what, 50K, 60K, some around that, maybe even less, to add a 93 overall Genkai player to get him in an extra ability slot to where he can get, where can I find it, that mid zone and also this deep out zone ability for a total of 2 AP. So right there, 4 out of 11 AP has already spent for defense. And for our cornerback number 3, we're going to go with Mr. PS2. Not the team of the year one, but the, what is this, the weekly wild card. You can also do like a not a Patrick Surtain, a Sauce Gardner, but Patrick Surtain is the cheaper option. And right here, he does get that flat zone for 0 and also that pick artist ability for 0. So that just rounded out our corners. Now, if we want to go up here to free safety, we have Mr. Kevin Byard. And I know one thing about it. I know he's 160K, and you will need to get him upgraded to his highest tier ability for him to at least be useful. But I would think that it's worth it. It's not going to cost as much as it once did, especially with them updating how you can upgrade these cards. But what makes this card special, he gets that mid zone for 0, and then you want to come right here and put pick artist on him. But that's it. And then once you do have him upgraded to the highest ability, you're going to want to run that universal coverage level 3. So after 3 plays, he is going to be activated with every single man, zone, any type of knockout ability that you can just possibly have. And that is amazing. Granted, 95 speed. You would like to see it a little bit better or have some type of boost to go ahead and help him out. But that's just not the case, unfortunately. Now, for right here, our strong safety, I just don't see it. I don't see anybody being better than this man right here. Mr. Jair Brown. As we all know, we get deep zone knockout for 1. Pick artist, and also with a lighted up token, which you should have if you're not using anything on anywhere else, especially like that Carl Loftus, I think would be a top priority for a lot of people. But if we have deep zone, mid zone lighted up, and also that pick artist ability with, like I said, 25 out of 25 Super Bowl theme team, this man is a 98 speed safety with the best knockouts in the game. Now we are using 2 out of 3 of our X factors. That's fine though. And so now here for right end, it gets kind of weird. I'm not really too caught up on right end abilities, but if I did have to just choose one for just raw physical stats, I will be going with this Aiden Hutchinson. And you can run either an edge threat elite or even a, or a no outsider. This is what I would more than likely run on him after you add a 93 Genkai Force player to him. Now for left end, I want to say I did choose Michael Strahan. Going for 160K, Ultimate Legend, and he does get that no outsiders for 0 AP. Now my whole concept of this is when people like to run stretch, I want to have both of my ends at an advantage to get around that tight end or either that tackle. And that's how I just personally run my defense. I don't run linebackers on my defensive line no more, strictly because of vanguards. So now if I have both no outsiders on each side of my line, it'll give me a little bit more leeway if my user is caught lacking. Now for our defensive tackles, we already have to choose Sap. 100K, best card by far. Unstoppable, lighted up. Unstoppable Force lighted up, which you should have one if you're not using that, what's his name, Andrew Whitworth. And then he's also able to go ahead and get Secure Tackler, Inside Stuff, that whole stack for 2 AP. And then rounding out our defensive tackle number 2, we are going a little bit old school for 66K. And we're going to be getting Mr. Vita Vea and just adding a 1 AP inside stuff on him. Now, so far, we have used 8 out of our 11 defensive AP. And we pretty much got every single position covered. Now this is where things get a little bit tricky. Now for our right outside linebacker, we're going to be using Bo Jackson, going for 209K. He's also able to go ahead and get that secure tackler and also lurk artist for a total of 0 AP. Now if you're you're more so inclined to the fact to go ahead and user your middle linebacker, is AI. Here we will be using Mr. Isaiah Simmons, going for 200K. Does get that lurk artist for 0 AP, standing at 6'4". Great options all around. Now for middle linebacker number 2, I would go ahead, just use this Pat McAfee card. That is perfectly fine. You got him for the next couple of days. I don't really just use a middle linebacker number 2 because only 3 linebackers truly just see the field for me when I do play. Now for our left outside linebacker, this all depends on how you want to use your linebackers. If you're running more of a 3-4 and your linebackers is always rushing, I would go ahead and I would use Mr. Brian Arakpo, going for 200K. And his abilities is going to be that no outsiders or edge threat elite for 1 AP. And then he also gets lurk artist and also enforcer and double or nothing for 0. So if just for the sake of arguing, you want him to be an edge rusher and also drop back into coverage to pick off any type of curl route or hook routes, we'll just have 1 AP right there on him for that edge threat elite and also that lurk artist. And then therefore it just rounds out your whole offense, your whole defense in the best way possible. And you still have 2 AP to spare. The amount of flexibility and things that you can do with this defense while also taking full advantage of your X factors is honestly ridiculous. Now, the total price of this team does come out to $4.14 million, which seems like a lot. It seems like a lot, but all of these cards you're getting for the bare minimum at all their prices. So that's how it is. This is going to be rounding out for our offense. This is going to be our defense. If you do have any questions or if you felt as if I did miss out on anyone during this list, hey, let me know down in the comment section below. Also, if you do enjoy videos like this, make sure you do leave a like, comment down below that you do enjoy videos like this, and also hit that subscribe button if you're new. We are on that grind to 1,000 subscribers, man, and we can just... the Hybrid family can taste it how close we are. But as always, I do love you all tremendously. And until next time, my brothers and sisters, I'm out.